Lovely. Good. Okay, so for our front splits, I'm going to ask you to get 2 chairs, ideally 2 chairs, so that we at the end can use them to take ourselves down nice and in a nice stable fashion. You want to have access to a wall, because I'm going to do some bits on the wall. You might want to have some blocks or something that will help to keep you stable, because I'm going to do quite a lot of hip openers, and then sometimes if you can't reach your fingers to the floor, it can feel really wobbly. So either have like, in fact, actually we can use a chair for that. And I'm going to also get you guys to grab a cushion or something like a block. This is for some of the stretches if you want a little bit of extra support. I really find it's beneficial to get deeper into my hamstrings by lifting my hips higher. So I'm going to use it underneath my butt. I'm just going to grab mine now, actually, because I've got a favourite cushion to use, which is here. Where is my second one? It's here. The reason why I have a favourite cushion, and you might find it's the same for you, is that these cushions, I've like overstuffed them, so they're really firm, and I find that works a lot better. So if you've got a soggy cushion, or you want to have something a bit firmer, you could use a box, a foam roller works really well. But I think that's everything that we'll need for today. Wall, cushions, chairs. Fab. Front splits, here we come. Oops. Oh, I'd already put that out. Lovely stuff. Okay, starting with 4 big deep breaths, taking it in through your nose, out through the mouth, lifting the arms up as we go. Number 1, breathing it in. Exhale, folding it forwards. Number 2, lifting up. Exhale it out. Number 3. And release. And last one, biggest one yet, number 4. And exhale. Lovely. Stand yourself up, pull the shoulders back, opening up the chest, take yourself from one side to the next, just gently transitioning your way over from one side to the other. Lovely. And then we're going to hold ourselves to one side, lift up the ankle, circle it round, and change direction. Lovely. Switch over to the other leg, circle around the ankle, and change direction. Lovely. Leg number 1, lifting it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it out to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it out the back. 5. Oh, my butt. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Switching over to leg number 2. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kicking it out the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. While you're standing up, I want you to just take yourself to an edge, like the wall. I've got my mantelpiece quite conveniently, but a wall is great. We're just going to do some hip swinging. So I have the knee bent, and I'm just going to swing in the hips back and forth, and it just starts to open up the hips a little bit, get them moving without being under any resistance or pressure. Lovely. See if we can take that leg straight. Keep yourself upright. Try not to lean back and forward with the motion, so that it's just coming from the hip rather than kind of like the leg. So just moving through the hip. Lovely. And then taking it a bit smaller. Then from here, I'm going to take my knee out to the side, up, out, back through. Just these little circles around, opening up the hip, and then change direction, back in. Lovely. Last 2, last 1, and then switch over to the other leg. You can turn around as well if you want to. Bent knee, just swinging it back and forward, getting into the hip of the other leg. Lovely. And then straight leg. Ah, yes. Lovely. And then last few swings. And then from here, we're going to take a knee in, out, down. In, out, down. Lovely. 3, 4, 5, 6. Change direction, taking it inwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lovely, good. And then bringing yourself back to centre. Rolling around the shoulders. Tummy nice and tight. Take it a bit bigger, leading with the elbows. Perfect. And then just the shoulders rolling forwards. And forward swimming. Perfect. Reach the arms up nice and high. Let's take one arm forward, one arm back. Good. Change direction, other way, other one back, other one forwards. Lovely stuff. And then letting it all go, hand floppy. Now soft knees, wrap yourself round, gonna twist in the back, floppy arms, floppy fingers. Excellent. And then bringing yourself back to the front. Everything from hips down, stay still, and taking it from one side to the other. I've actually got a stitch. I haven't had a stitch in years. Probably since I was at school. I don't know how I managed to get that. Lovely. Everything from shoulders down, stay still. Just moving the head from left to right, right to left. Lovely. And gently up, gently down, gently up, gently down. Ear over to one shoulder, up and over to the other, up and over, up and over. And then from here, take it ear over to one shoulder, roll it round the front, chin to chest, over to the next, over to the other shoulder, and then down, chin to chest, over to the other. So just rolling through that front semicircle, stretching at the back of the neck. Lovely, and then lift the head back up on top of the shoulders. From here, pull the shoulders up to the ears, pushing them down, lifting it up, pushing it down, lifting it up, and double time. Palms up to the sky, opening out the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back, then round and separate, then open and round, and open and round, and open, and then when we round, interlink the fingers, really gently pulling on the shoulder blades, look down to the floor, holding a big beach ball shape. And then let go of the hands, interlink the fingers at the back, pull the shoulders down, lift the arms up and away, feeling the stretch in the chest, front of the shoulder, maybe in the bicep as well. Fold yourself over and try to get your hands to come down to the floor ahead of you. Lovely, good. Let go of the hands, bend the knees. Roll yourself all the way up. And taking the hips from side to side. Circle around the wrists, taking it all the way up to the top and down the middle. And then when you get to the bottom, change direction of the wrists, taking it all the way back up and then down the middle. Interlink your fingers, snicky snicky, and reverse other way. Perfect. And give a little shake. Fold yourself forward, hands come down, keep the hip going from side to side. Feel a stretch on the inner thigh, maybe a bit in the glutes, maybe a little bit in the hamstring. And then taking yourself all the way back up to the top. Lovely. Softness in the knees, pelvis tucks under, squeeze the tush, taking it back, stick your butt out to the back, and then under, and back, and under, and back, and then let's circle the hips all the way round. Gorgeous. Lovely. Change direction, other way. Just really getting that fluidity going. Lovely. Reaching forwards, hands come down to the floor. feet nice and wide, and then before we start doing our usual, I want us to lean over to one foot in particular. So just pick a side, and then from here, we're going to be bent, keeping the side that we're leaning towards, that leg straight, and we're going to bend the other leg. So you bend and then re-straighten. So bend 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Lovely. Now keep the leg that we've just been bending straight and bend the one that we're leaning towards. 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Lovely. Switch yourself over to side number 2, leaning towards that leg. Keep that leg straight, up bending the opposite leg. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that leg straight, bend the leg that we're leaning towards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. From here, keeping both legs straight, take your body back center, and then from here, I want you to relax your upper body and let your hands, like the back of your hands, rest on the floor. So I'm just taking my arms out straight either side of me and just resting my hands up on the back of my hands on the floor. So basically, I'm resisting putting weight in my hands, and it's all in my legs. I'm folding myself forward. Now, when I'm here, I really want you to think about sticking your butt up and out. So I can just stretch the back of my hamstrings just that little bit more by doing that. Lovely. And then lifting yourself back up, have a little relax, maybe bend one of each of the knees just to shuffle it out. And then I'm going to this time take my hands through my legs and then just paddle away, trying to pull my upper body through my legs, keeping my legs straight and strong, and just pulling myself through. And then release. Lovely. Now from here, I'm going to tap with one hand onto my opposite foot. So pulling myself back out, or opposite hand to foot, and then tap to the other leg. And we're just going to go from one side to the next. For 20, 19, nice and quick, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Relax, bringing by having either pulling yourself up or just walking through your knees. Lovely. In fact, I'm going to go upright and bend my legs at a time. Okay, good. We're going to go back through the middle. So folding yourself over, stick your butt out, tilt your pelvis up and away. Hands go through the middle. See if you can pad and pull yourself that little bit closer through your legs. Lovely. And then from here, I want you to bring your hands onto your knees. Maybe bring your feet a little bit closer together. And then I'm going to bend my knees. So bring my hips down. So I'm kind of in like an open, low squat. And then I'm going to straighten my legs out and try and keep my chest pulling forward at the same time. And then I'm going to bend again, and then straighten again, keeping my chest low. And then bend again. This time what I want you to do is take your hands to behind your ankles. Now, what I do is basically cup my ankle with thumb and finger. So I've got them in either side. And then as I straighten, it helps me to try and keep myself through my legs as best as possible. And then bend, and then straighten. Lovely. And then release. Take your feet nice and wide, bend one leg, and then taking it through the middle. I'm really warm after doing that. I hope you are as well. Just taking it from one side to the other. You can take your hands off using just your legs if you wish to, or hands on the floor, whichever feels best for you and your body today. Lovely. Either sit yourself down here or stay up on your hips as we lift up that leg into a flexed foot position. Take it through demi point, then full point, back through demi, and flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Beautiful. Roll yourself over into your lunge position, gently taking the hips up and down. Push through that front leg, take yourself into a standing lunge. Find the balance, reach the hands up, pelvis tucks under, push down into the hips. Ooh, losing the balance. Reach all the way forwards, hands come down to frame your front foot, lower the back knee down and tuck that toe. And then from here, I'm straightening and rebending that front leg. Make sure it goes as straight as you can. For 8, really pushing it straight. Relax. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Toe tucks under at the back. Back leg straightens, chest glues onto your front leg. Flex up your front foot as we try to straighten our front leg as best we can. And then rebend and push through into your hip as you rebend. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Drop the back knee down. Take yourself into a lovely low lunge. Hands on either side of your front foot, and let's circle those hips around. Really getting into these niggly parts of our hips. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely stuff. Bringing your hands to the inside, tuck your toe under at the top, at the back, sorry. Scoot yourself over facing the front and over to the other side. And let's flex, demi point, full point, demi point, flex, demi, full, demi, flex, demi, full, demi, flex, demi, full, demi, flex, demi, full, demi, flex. Beautiful. Roll yourself over onto your other side and gently taking the hips up and down. Push through the front leg, take yourself into a standing lunge, find the balance, reach the hands up, pelvis tucks under, and push down into the hips. Reach all the way forward, hands come down to frame your front foot, drop the back knee down, and then from here, I'm going to straighten my front leg and flex up that front foot. Make sure it goes super straight. We've got to keep that leg super straight so that we can actually feel it. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Tuck the toe under at the back. Push your back leg up nice and straight. Glue your chest onto your front leg, and as you straighten your front leg, flex up your front foot, and then rebend. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Take yourself into a lovely low lunge, dropping the back knee down. Hands either side of your front foot, and then let's do our hip circles round, getting really into the niggly bits. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. 2 hands come to the inside. Bring your weight into your back knee and let the other leg join so you're landing it on in all fours. Make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Tuck your tailbone under. Round the back, separate the shoulder blades, but down between the legs. Lovely. And reverse into the other way. Pelvis sticks up and out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back, looking up to the sky. And tucking it back under. Squeeze the pelvic floors. Pull the tummy button up into the spine. Head drops down. And open out the other way. Imagine your tailbones trying to reach the top of your head. Lovely. Let's roll the rib cage around in a circle. For 1, 2, 3, 4. Reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. What do what I want to do first? Yes, I'm going to take us up to standing to see the bottom of our legs before we move on to the other parts a little bit more intensely. So to start with, I'm just going to start right at the bottom with my soleus muscle. This sits just underneath your calf. You want to be standing just a short distance apart, about 20 to 30 centimeters apart, about the distance of your own foot between each of your feet. Make sure that your feet are in line with your hips, so you're not in line with one another, but your feet are underneath your hips. Bend your knees so that your weight is equally distributed between your front leg and your back leg, and you should feel the stretch along the back, on the back leg in your soleus muscle. If you don't feel much of a stretch, don't worry about it at all. It's more that that muscle probably just doesn't feel that tight right now. Lovely, just breathe. Lovely, relax it up. Take that front leg into a luscious baby step forward. Pin your back heel down to the floor. Bend your front leg whilst pushing your back heel into the floor. Lean yourself forward. So you want to be on a straight line from the top of your head to the back of your ankle, so that you can have this lovely big stretch in your calf. Lovely, just leaning it forward a little bit more. Ooh, really losing balance. Lovely. And then release. Good. Just to deepen that stretch and take it into a slightly different position, I'm going to bring my foot next to my sofa. You can use a sofa or a wall or anything firm, or a pole if you put your pole up. So flexing up so the ball of my foot is on the wall or sofa, and my heel is in the floor. Keep that leg straight, and I'm just going to lean forward. And I'll just feel that deeper stretch coming into my calf muscles in my gastrocnemius. Lovely. And then release. Lovely. Switch over to the other leg. So now the other leg is going to be the one at the back. And then I just bend so that my feet are in hip distance apart, about a foot distance, softness in my knees, bring my weight down, pushing that back heel into the floor, and I should feel the stretch in my soleus muscle, which is underneath my calf, right at the bottom of my leg, just above my ankle. And you might find, I don't know about you, but I feel like I stretch more in the first side than the second side. There might be a difference, that's okay. Lovely, and release. Take a big step forward with the leg that is at the front, pin your heel down with the one at the back, push your heel into the floor, lean yourself forward, bending that front knee and leaning forward. You want to keep in a straight line from the top of your head all the way to the back of your ankle. So I'm kind of leaning forward into it, pushing my ankle down, feeling this beautiful stretch. Big inhale and exhale. Lovely. Step yourself out, bring your ball of your foot next to your sofa or your pole or your wall, and then keeping that leg straight, and then lean forward into it. So bringing your hips further along, and that will deepen that stretch. Oh, feels so good. Oh, loud noises outside. Lovely, and relax. Lovely. From here, I want us to take ourselves back into a lying down position. So I'm going to drop myself onto my butt and lie myself down onto my back. I'm going to prop myself up onto my elbows to begin with. From here, I'm going to lift my legs up. And I'm just going to drop one down, lift it up, drop the other down. Okay? So I'm just going up, down, down. Just starting to get a little bit of movement going in my hips. Lovely. And obviously it's helpful with your core as well. Lovely. Last two. And then from here, relax your upper body so that I'm completely relaxed on the floor. And then keep my legs out straight, and I'm going to kick it one up and then down. One up and then down. So I'm using the momentum of my kicks just to get into a little bit of a nice stretch, but I'm not kind of like throwing my leg up. It feels controlled still. Do your best to keep your legs straight. It's really easy to kind of go in a softness of the knee, but when we do a soft knee, you're not going to get the same stretch in your hamstring, unfortunately. Lovely. Last two. Last one. And then this time I want you to flex up your feet. So my feet are flexed, and then I will repeat. And you should feel like it's noticeably different in the stretch. It should feel a little bit harder, and you might not be able to lift your leg up as high. That's totally normal, just because then instead of just pulling on your hip. It's also pulling on the back of the knee as well. So I'm stretching my hamstring from both sides. Lovely. Last two. Last one. Lovely stuff. Roll yourself over onto your tummy, and then we're going to pull ourselves up onto all fours. From here, tuck your toes under at the back. Straighten your knees, straighten your legs out and take yourself into downward facing dog position. And I want you to just walk through your knees, taking one ankle down at a time to begin with. Lovely. Now from here, I want us to keep our knees still. Try to straighten your legs. Try to stick your butt up out to the, like really lifting your butt, like your tailbone's trying to touch the sky, and at the same time push your ankles down to the floor. So you're feeling this lovely big stretch all down the back of your legs. And just hold it here, just breathe, keep pushing, 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 and then relax it slightly. Good, lovely. From here, pick one leg, and I'm going to take it directly up behind me. So now I'm in my three-legged downward dog. So I'm picking up my right leg for me, and I'm just going to take it up as high as I can, and then I'm going to bend my knee. From here, I'm going to do some hip circles. So my knee is going to come down towards my other knee, come in towards my chest, open out to the side, and then try to point my knee up to the sky. Foot is always near my butt. So then it comes down towards my knee, in towards the chest, out, away from my body, knee up towards the sky. And down, in, round, and through. Lovely. Switch over to the other leg. So foot goes down, switch over to the other foot. Lift your foot directly up behind you to begin with. So we're just doing the straight leg. And then let's bend the knee. And then from here, knee to knee comes in towards your chest, round, out, up towards the sky, and back down. Knee to chest, round, up and open. So I'm just really opening my hips out in this position, rounding it out, feeling that lovely big movement, drawing a big circle with my knee. Lovely. And then relax. From here, I want you to just bring your feet in towards your hands, and then just relax your hands. So I'm bringing my weight into my feet and into my legs, not on my hands anymore. And then I'm going to gently lift myself up into a half position. So I want to try to keep my legs straight, and I'm going to try to get it where my back is straight, and I'm sticking my butt out, and I'm really kind of like lengthening my hamstrings by sticking my butt out and away. Lovely. Soften the knees, round the back, and take it back up. Lovely. Just walk through the legs. Good work. Whew, I'm warm. I hope you are as well. Lovely. From here, lengthening through the spine, we're going to fold forward at our hips. Folding forward, taking it halfway first. So really starting to stick your butt out. Feel like your butt cheeks are trying to rotate round. Lovely long strengthening and lengthening of your hamstrings. And then relax and fold it forward. From here, I'm going to bring my hands to the floor and bring one foot so that it becomes more central in between my hands. And then with my other foot, I'm going to start with my right leg. I'm going to kick my foot up at the back. So I'm just kicking it up and then back down. We're going to kick it for 8 times. And then when we're on our 8th one, I'm going to hold it and do some little pulses. I'll count you through. Are we ready? Let's do our first big kick for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it at the top, little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bringing it back down. Lovely. Bringing your feet back into a comfortable position. Bring your weight into your feet. Take yourself up into a halfway pose. Back is straight, sticking butt out. Lengthen the hamstrings, butt sticking up and away. Lovely. Soften the knees, round the back, taking it up. Good. Walk through the knees, ready to go again. Lengthen through the spine. Fold yourself forward, stick the butt out. Taking your halfway point, really sticking your butt up and away, feeling that luscious big stretch. Fold yourself forward. Hands comes down. This time bring the other foot into a more central position and prep the next leg to do our kicks. Are we ready? Let's go. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top, little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back down. Feet underneath your hips or your shoulders. Soften so that you're not in your arms anymore. Keep those legs straight. Take yourself up to halfway. Stick your butt out. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Softness in the knees, round the back. Rolling it up. Lovely. I really hope that you could feel that lengthening in your hamstrings as much as I could. I definitely felt it big time for me. Do I want to do a bit more on my hips? No, I'm actually going to go for the wall now. So hopefully your hips are feeling nice and warm as well. We did do some nice rotations, so I should think so. I want you to take yourself over towards your wall space now. Oops, let me just have a reshuffle. I've still got my phone on charge, so just trying to make sure that I don't suddenly pull it out and I cut you off. Okay, cool. So here's my little wall patch. What I'm going to be doing is taking my foot. I want you to start on the side that doesn't feel as like it's your favorite side. So I'm going to start. I personally find that my right leg forward is more challenging for me in my splits. So I'm going to bring my right ankle towards the right next to the wall. Then from here, fold myself forward, hands come down, and then lift my other leg behind me up onto the wall. And then I'm just going to gently walk in, trying to bring my hips as close to the wall as possible, pushing, pushing, pushing with my hands. And then pull yourself back down in a few moments when you're ready. Now, I know I've spoken to a few of you guys before with this stretch, and you find that you can't really push in as much as you usually would like to. So if you prefer, then you can take yourself into your half split pose. So this is where I'm upright, half split, slide my foot forward, and then really lean forward to stretch out my hamstring even more. So that's an alternative if you prefer. Lovely. Good. And we're just breathing in this position and letting ourselves just feel that lovely stretch, letting your body get familiar with that position so that you can start to get a little bit closer to the wall. Good. And then gently, gently, gently come back out of it. Now this time we're going to switch over to the other leg. So this one should be your preferred side. So then, and just gently pull yourself out. I've just gone a little bit too fast out of that position and found myself to feel a little bit lightheaded. So just take that moment if you need to, if you're a bit like me. And just come up and out of going upside down nice and gently and slowly. So my other ankle goes to the floor. Fold myself forward, hands come down, lift my other leg up and behind, try and get my knee to face the pole, to face the wall rather than to face outwards. So I tried to get my knee to face the wall and the top of my foot to slide up the wall, and then push against my arms to deepen that stretch, to get myself closer. Try to kiss my knee. And I'm just going to hold it and breathe. I'm going to come and have a look at yours, but stay in that position and keep breathing. If you want to come down at any minute, feel free to do so. Lovely. Look at you guys looking at one another at the same time. That is so cute. Lovely. One more breath and then gently come down. Really nice, really nice. Now we're going to do the same move again, but we're going to make it harder. It doesn't matter if you didn't get as close to the wall or you weren't perfectly flat against the wall. I want us to try this anyway and see how it feels. But if you were flat to the wall and you felt like you wanted to go a bit deeper, but the wall was kind of in the way, so if you're working on your oversplit, Naomi, then what I want you to do is bring your ankle, for everyone, bring your ankle away from the wall. So how we did it before, we had our ankle flush to the wall. This time, I'm going to have my ankle slightly further away from the wall. So I'm not having it next to the wall, I'm bringing it out. I'm only doing it by about 10 centimeters. And then I'm going to push through the same position as I've done, same again. Because my ankle is further away from the wall, it will mean there's space to oversplit, because I can then bring my hips further back, which would mean if I was doing this on the floor, my foot would be raised. So it will just allow us to stretch that little bit more into our hamstrings and a little bit more into our hips, but you'll probably feel it more in your hamstrings. Even if you can't do, you're like, I can't even do a normal split, let alone oversplit, don't worry. I want you to still do the same practice anyway, just so that it gives that opportunity to push a little bit deeper, a little bit of space, and just to see how it feels. And it's just more to find out if you've got that preference to do that or not as well. So just have a little play with it and see how it feels. So let's start with the sides that we normally dislike, or not normally dislike, it doesn't feel like our favorite split side. I'm going to take it about 10 centimeters. If you know that you're good with your oversplit, you can take it more than 10 centimeters. Feel free to do 15, 20, wherever feels right for you and your body. Take yourself down, same as before. Knee comes to the wall, foot goes to the wall. Try to push it in. And you'll notice you'll probably find it harder to get closer to the wall, but your aim is obviously to try and get your hips towards the wall. So I haven't got an oversplit on this leg, and it just feels like it's a way for me to get into a deeper stretch, really. It's actually really nice, but in quite an intense way. Don't forget to keep breathing throughout. Big inhales. Long exhales. Allow those muscles to lengthen. Relax. And in this position, because I'm focusing more in my hamstring stretch for me, my back leg is actually soft. It's not fully straight. So I've got a softness to that back leg. I'm not going fully straight because I'm not against the wall. And then when you're ready, just gently come back down. Just take your time with it. If you want to hold it for a little bit longer, if it feels really good, hold it for that little bit longer. Take those lovely big exhalations to really strengthen, stretch and lengthen out your muscles. Lovely. Just take just a little moment to stay upright, because there's a lot of up and down, up and down. I don't want anyone feeling dizzy. Take a few breaths while we're here. I don't know about you, but just by having this little pause, I've really noticed how imbalanced my body feels, because my side that I've just done feels so much stretchier than this side. It really has felt like I've really lengthened my hamstring on this side. I feel like one leg's longer than the other now. So it's just really interesting how my body craves to be in symmetry. I'm craving to stretch to the leg, just so that it balances and I feel as stretched in the other leg. All right, so taking it over to side number 2, and this normally should be the side that you feel more confident with. Kick your foot about 5, 10, 15 centimeters, just see what feels best for you. Away from the wall, hands down, foot and knee against the wall, and push yourself closer. Oh, that feels really good actually on this side. And just really listen to your body. You don't need to just launch straight into the deepest stretch. Just listen to it, breathe, exhale, and then sink a little bit deeper if it feels comfortable to do so. Lovely. Breathing. Feel like your breath is going to the area that feels tense, that feels stretched, and it's helping it to relax and deepen a little bit further. Lovely. When you're ready, I want you to just gently come back down to what feels good and relaxed. And again, just take a little moment. I've got a little bit lightheaded again. I think I need to eat more food before this session. I keep going really dizzy. I don't want to pass out on you, because you'll all be fretting away going, whoa, what's happening? We've got splits to do as well. Okay, my loves, I want you to grab, I'm going to go back into the centre of the room, and we're going to do some of our actual split practice. So I'm going to ask you to grab your 2 chairs. If you are nice and low, you can use your cushions to support you. I'd actually intended using my cushions for something else, and as I've gone through that, I've scrapped that plan. So apologies, I've kind of prepped you cushions and you don't need them as much. But you can use them in this. If your chairs are a little bit too high for you, you can use your cushions to kind of prop yourself up instead. That's an alternative. If you are really keen to use your cushions. So I'm going to go with my chairs. Now, I know I'm quite good with my splits, so I'm going to use my lower part of my chair. I'm going to use both of my chairs, and I'm going to be in the middle of them. Whoops. Landed my chair on my toe. Okie dokie. Now, I want us to do, we're going to do our splits, twice on both sides. So I'm going to do one leg forward, other leg forward, one leg forward, other leg forward. And we're going to go in through it in different ways. First, we're going to lead with our hips, and then we're going to lead with our hamstrings. And this just gives you an indication as to what feels best for you and how you like to go into your splits. It also highlights areas that feel either weaker or where they feel like still a little bit tight. So let's start with going in with our hips first. So what this means is I'm going to bring my foot forward, tilt my pelvis under. So I'm almost like thrusting with one hip. Then I shuffle my foot forward. So I'm almost leaning backwards in this position because my pelvis is under. So even though my foot is coming forward, I'm like leaning backwards to deepen into that stretch. So my hips are tilted forwards. As it gets to a certain point, this becomes very challenging to hold, but keep doing your best as you can. This is where it's quite nice to have the chairs, because you can kind of like prop yourself up. Now from here, I'm going to shuffle my back knee back that little bit further. So I'm basically trying to get into my splits through just whilst keeping my front leg a little bit bent. So I'm just pushing really deep into my hips. Take any positions out the way, any material. And then from here, I'm going to then start to straighten my leg and see if I can sink a little bit deeper. And just really listen to your body here, relaxing, breathing. If you take your foot as a pointy foot at the front, you'll tend to find it a little bit easier. Or if you do a flex foot, it should be a little bit more challenging. Lovely. And just breathing, breathing, breathing. Let's take one big inhale. Exhale. Really feel your muscles relax and lengthen. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. And we're going to hold it in this position. If you want to put in a block to raise up your front leg or your back leg, because technically we're doing hips at the moment, put a block under your back knee to lift your knee higher so that it's more hips focused. Then we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Are you ready? For 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. Keep breathing. 24, 23, 22, 21. 20, 19, doing great, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Big inhale, 9, exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Roll yourself out over to one side to pull your legs back together. Really, really, really nice. And you probably have felt that in your hamstring, but maybe a little bit in your hips, a little bit more as well. Switch over to side number 2. I don't know whether I mentioned this at the start, but I tend to find it's best to start on the leg that you don't feel as confident in, and then go to your better side for the second one. I just find, I don't know whether it's mindset or whether it's something physical, I don't know, but it certainly makes me feel super better. So let's start with our other side. We can do it again next one if you haven't done it for this one. Pelvis under, thrusting forward, starting to feel the stretch in the in your hip flexor already. And then leaning it forward, pushing your hips forward, even I lean slightly back so I can deepen my stretch in my hip. And then when I'm sinking deep enough into my hip, I start to feel like I'm in my split position from my hips as best as I can be. So basically, my hips aren't going to change that much if I straighten out my leg. That's the aim. And then from here, shuffle your front leg forward and then slide yourself down into a lovely, relaxed, gentle stretch. Big inhale and exhale, so if you can get deeper. Lovely inhale and exhale. Lovely. And again, really trying to make sure we're keeping our hips square. So if my knee is facing down at the back and the top of my foot is facing down rather than out to the side, that's a good way to check. If your hips don't feel square, lift yourself out, see if you can get a little bit squarer and see if you can go a little bit deeper that way. It's hard to get a square one, so don't worry if your hips turn out slightly. Lovely, and we're going to hold it here for 30 seconds. If you do want that oversplit, put your cushion or what have you, or to raise your back leg. So I want us to do it on the back leg while we're doing hips first. Let's hold for 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Keep breathing. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Roll yourself out to the side and bring those legs back together. Excellent. Really, really, really nice. And then this time we're going to go back into side number 1, and this time we're going to lead with our hamstring stretch first. So our back knee stays bent while we straighten our front leg, slide it forward that way. If you're wanting to do your oversplit here, bring your cushion or your block on your front leg, so I can put it on my heel to deepen my front leg split, because then that will focus more on my hamstrings. Okay, I might try that one today. Well, we'll see what happens. Okay, cool. So hamstrings first. So I start with my chest prepared on my knees. Side number 1, flex up my foot, hamstrings stretch, and my front leg starts straight. Back leg is bent. So whereas before we did hips first, my front leg was bent. This time I'm doing hamstrings. So I'm going to slide my front leg forward and feeling that lovely big stretch in my hamstrings as I start to slide it down. That little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Lovely. As you exhale, see if you can just relax a little bit more. Don't worry. There's no rush with your body. Let your body tell you when it's ready to go a little bit deeper. Lovely. Good. Fabulous. Great work there, guys. Just gently, just listening to that body, listening to when it feels like it wants to go a bit deeper, when it feels like it's had enough, need to pull back a little bit, hold it there, and then let it go deeper as you feel comfortable to do so. Lovely. And then getting ready in your position to do your 30 seconds. Are we ready? And holding for 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. Big inhale. 19, 18. Exhale. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. and relax, take your hips out to the side. Lovely. And then I'm so jealous of your little peace, strength, flexibility, little pose, hands up. You look very calm, you look very zen. Really nice. Lovely. Switch it over, side number 2. And this is for our final split. Are we ready? Let's go. Lifting front leg up. Oh, actually, I'm going to start on my block. I'm only starting on my block because I know I can do an oversplit on this leg. If I'm unsure, I would start the full first and then put my block in if I feel comfortable. So the only reason I'm doing it is because I know I'm comfortable on this side split. So don't start being Kino Bino unless you're really sure. Okay, because otherwise you'll be putting way too much pressure on yourself. Lovely. From here, my back knee stays bent and my front leg stays straight as I start to slide forward. Just keeping that leg straight and starting to sink down into my stretch. Listening to my body the entire time. If it feels like it wants to just hold it for a moment, a little bit higher. I know that I can go a little bit deeper, but I just want to hold it. Fine. Listen to your body. Take a big inhale. Exhale. And it's normally on the exhale that your body's like, okay, I can release a little bit more. That feels okay. And then you can just relax a little bit deeper into the stretch. And yeah, and then just repeat, rinse and repeat. That's the constant messages that your muscles are sending to your brain, going, no, 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 too much, too much. Okay, this feels okay, relax a little bit deeper. And this is basically, if you ignore those messages, your muscles will contract and then you'll try to stretch them out when they're contracting, and that's where you can cause injuries. So no fun at all and not recommended. It really slows down your progress. So just try to listen to that. That is a message to say when your muscle is contracting. And then when it's like, okay, no, I'm happy to relax, then your message gets sent, hormones are released, and you can relax that muscle, and therefore you can stretch deeper and lengthen your muscle like a little bit further. Lovely, good. And let's hold here. Sorry, I was chatting a bit much. I'm going to start from 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Big inhale. Exhale it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Bring yourself back. Bring those legs together. Really, really, really good, guys. I'm so chuffed with your progress. From what I can see, it's looking really good. Pop your bits over to one side and out of the way, and then just find your mat just to join me just for a moment, just to relax the legs a little bit, because they've gone through a lot. I want you to take yourself onto your back. Lie yourself down onto your back, and then I want you to bring your knees in towards your chest. Okay, so there's a softness to your knees. They shouldn't feel too stretched. I want you to just wrap your arms around them and then rock from side to side. It's almost like you're giving yourself a lovely big hug, congratulating your body for working so hard and for being just bloody awesome and letting you and enabling you to do incredible things and have fun with it. So yeah, really, really good. Fabulous big hug there. Then from here, I want you to drop your feet down to the floor, knees go up towards the sky. I want to drop my knees over to one side. I can stretch my arms out, and I can look away from my knees, and then I'm going to lift my knees up to the sky and then drop them over to the other side and look over to the other side. And this is more for the lower back, just to release the lower back, because we can hold a lot of tension when we're doing our split in our lower back. So I just want to just let it go and release it. Knees come back up, over to side number 1, and this time take the top leg and just take it a little bit higher to deepen your deepen the twist in your lower back. Lovely, good. Feet together, knees up, over to side number 2, and take the top leg a little bit further over, just to deepen that stretch a little bit more. And bring them together, lifting it up. Roll yourself over onto one side and gently lift yourself upright. Now, if you wish to here, you can just give your legs a little bit of a squeeze. So I don't know if you can see this easily. I just give them a little bit of a squeeze, a little bit of a massage, where I've really stretched my legs. I just want to give them a little bit of love. And I cannot recommend enough that you want to keep your muscles warm, and ideally you want to be drinking straight afterwards. So when we've done a big stretch, your muscles will be thirsty. So you want to be having a nice big drink straight afterwards as much as you can, because it will, your muscles will be grateful for it. Yeah, flexibility, you need to have hydrated muscles. So give it a good rehydration, because it will have used that up. So really well done. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you felt really good with it as well. So really well done.